News Daybreak. I'm Jake Boswell. Thanks for being here with us as you wake up this Monday. We start with some developing news this morning out of Owensboro. An OZ Tyler rickhouse has partially collapsed, and Eyewitness News' Mike Pickett is in Davis County right now with the latest. Mike, it's an impressive scene behind you. We know that there are now 4,500 of these bourbon barrels that have spilled out of this rickhouse. What can you tell us about what's happening right now and exactly how big this scene is?
Well, now the rickhouse here is actually located at the intersection of Ewing and Schroth. And let me step aside here, give you a better sense of how big the damage is. This angle here, you can see a lot of the barrels are on top of debris, on the ground, even in some cases within the debris. And there's also quite a bit of it, debris leaning up against the fence, which is partially damaged. Now, of course, we talked with Master Distiller Jacob Call earlier this morning. He says this all started around midnight. 4,500 barrels fell out of the part of the rickhouse that was damaged. But Call also tells us that it appears so far that most of them did not leak. 20,000, as many as 20,000 barrels can be stored inside this rickhouse. Now, we have also been told that no one has been injured. Both Call and Davis County Sheriff's deputies say they're not sure what caused this section of the rickhouse to collapse. And, of course, you may not be able to notice here on your screens, but, you know, at times I've also been able to notice a few what smells like bourbon at times here in the air. Now, as for... Meanwhile, engineers are expected to be down here at the site of this rickhouse collapse a little bit later this morning to survey the damage and also take a closer look at the affected barrels to see if any of them did leak at all. Live in Owensboro, Mike Pickett, Eyewitness News.
Mike, before we let you go from that scene, I was over there with you a couple hours ago looking at this mess is the best way to describe it there off of Ewing Road. There are some houses that are only a few dozen feet away from where this fence and this rickhouse have collapsed. Can you tell us if anybody's being evacuated, if they're really worried about the integrity of this building, or if things are pretty calm there at that scene as the sun rises?
It looks like it's still a pretty calm scene right here. You know, when I was down here earlier this morning, it didn't look like they were evacuating people from their homes. So, you know, it looks like, and of course, as you can tell from behind us, like the damage, it's still leaning up along that fence. It hasn't even gone along to the road there yet.
Mike, we appreciate it live there in Owensboro at OZ Tyler Distillery. We'll join you again in about another half hour to get another update. Just an impressive sight, obviously something that nobody wants to wake up to on a Monday morning. And OZ Tyler Distillery has been operating in Owensboro for just the last 5 or 6 years or so, really having a lot of growth, certainly a setback for them there in Davis County.